knows that they did anything wrong and there's no guilt out there. And, you know, me and the other members of this board deserve an apology. Says we misspent public funds, misused equipment, failed to properly maintain its water treatment and sewage disposal system, failed to act in the best interest of our customers, failed to adhere to state and county procurement procedures, and has run up in a sustainable debt, which I explained the debt, I think a few minutes ago, about our debt was a lot less than the PSA, but you're asking us to dissolve. Why isn't the PSA been asked to dissolve if it's because of debt? All the upgrade does is purchase water from primarily Tazewell County, pump it in the line, run it through a meter and charge. They don't have anybody out there doing water plants or sewer plants, and they seem to have all kinds of help from the county. Our citizens in Russell County, Castlewood, Dank areas deserve just as much attention and help as the rest of the county. Anyway, those fraud charges have been made. They're out here in the public, and the public believes these charges. And as far as I know, any member on the board hasn't created any of these accusations, and you know, until this is resolved, we're not going to lay down.
Thank you, Mr.
Well, I'm
Bell.
not finished.
Okay.
The Russell County Board of Supervisors letter states that our chairman, Bradley Patton, provided good leadership. Well, if he provided good leadership, the rest of the board went along with what he said. So if he provided good leadership, the rest of us must have been in good leadership also, because there was no vote that were a tie or no votes that were against him. So well, the Castlewood Water Authority was guided by this position, and there were no votes that ended in a tie. Thus, the entire board to be held accountable for accusations of wrongdoings, including Mr. Patton, which is still guiding the Water Authority business. So, if one's guilty, we're all guilty. And the county approved our procedures to raise rates. They're just as guilty as the Castlewood Authority is, in my opinion. To dissolve the authority has been in a process for at least the last 3 years, not just this incident happened with the meter readings going out here to high read. The Russell County Board of Supervisors has been trying to dissolve us for 3 years. We had a meeting with the upper end that was requested by the Board of Supervisors. I'm talking about the upper end PSA. We all met together, and the only thing that the upper end was saying we need to merge for, if you don't merge with us, we've got people who got to cut off because the county cannot use us. And let's try it. Let's give it a try. Well, we've asked for a study to be done, and that study should be done before any of these accusations of dissolving should be done. Our board, including Mr. Patton and all other members, agreed that if a study suggested or said it's best for to merge, we were willing to merge. Nobody was here to hold their hands back or tie their hands. We was here to do what was right for the public. Is that not right, Mr. Patton? All the board members said they would agree to merge if we had a study. We requested that study and it hasn't not been done. To dissolve this authority has been in process, like I say, for 2 years. Castlewood Authority and all members agreed to merge, and that hasn't been done. No recent study. I asked that a study be performed further before further action is taken to dissolve this board. And if these things aren't done to clear our board's name, for the study to say it's the best thing for our customers and our citizens to merge or to dissolve, then I plan on, with other members, pursuing this matter to the State Corporation Commission. So I think you've done us wrong. You didn't go back the right way. You appointed 3 members here that knows guilt about the Water Authority. All they did was come here to vote. They was handpicked to come here to vote, in my opinion. And the authority has been up here working for the best interests of the citizens. yes, we had to have a rate increase. What happened to those meter readings back in October? I don't know yet, but this letter that I sent out responding should have gave me an answer back what happened to those meters. And we don't know. I don't know what adjustments have been made to the citizens, if they were one or not. But it points to be that an in-house activity took place during that time to have those meters go out at a high reading to upset the public, so they'd call the county and the county would have a reason to dissolve us. Well, till the study's done, I'm not in favor of dissolving us. I don't think any board member here should be in favor, because the 3 board members don't know a deal about us to start out with. So if they vote that way, they're voting because they're told to, not because of knowledge. But the Castlewood Water Authority is set up by the county government, approved by the state, and the state, in my understanding, has to be the one to dissolve us. And I will, with other members, go to the State Corporation Commission. It will can't come to agreement that Castlewood Water Authority is a solvent authority. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dodson. Any other board members have any comments they wish to express?
I didn't base my decision because of being told to. And I didn't base my decision because somebody stole. Nothing like that. I based my decision on statistics. They had 50 to 60% water leakage. And you're the people that's paying for it.
That's right.
That is not right.
That's right.
The leaks, they said they had no money to fix the leaks. I mean, you can't go on paying. Where's it going to leak next? Or maybe twice that much. I didn't base mine on no hearsay, and I wasn't told which way to vote. I done it because I saw the report of a 50 to 60% leakage, and that's coming out of my pocket every month. Thank you.
I'd say one more thing to address that.
You had floor this time. I didn't get the rest of the floor opportunity to speak.
We'll say it in the papers, we can't say it here, so whatever you want me to say it.
Well, this time I recognize Jenna Bradley.
I'm in complete agreement with Mr. Bradley. It's the same thing with me. There were 50 to 60% leakages coming, and it's costing the public. It's also costing me, it's costing him, it's costing the public. And he says that the reasoning for this is because we're not government funded, they're not government funded. And the county is attempting to take over and merge with them. So the problem is that there's no government funding apparently. If they merge with the county, then there is government funding. That's what I'm saying.
Additional comments? I'm going to touch on a few things. I am a taxpayer of Castlewood, and I do feel it's unfair for the upper end to be supplemented. I feel it's a great opportunity for the whole county to work together and create a water system that'll be very economical, be managed properly. And I feel like the customers, not just the customers of Castlewood and Dane, but all Russell County citizens, water customers, will benefit from this merger. That's the only thing I have to say at this time. I'll open up the floor in regards to a motion to accept the resolution for dissolution.
I make a motion not to accept the resolution to dissolve.
I have a motion to not accept the resolution. Do I have a second in regards to not accepting the resolution for dissolution? I hear no second. At this time, I will open up the floor for additional discussion.
For the dissolution.
I have a motion for the dissolution. Do I have a second for the resolution of dissolution? At this time, I have a motion and a second on the floor for the acceptance of the resolution of dissolution. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, please indicate by saying no.
No.
Thank you, sir. The next item in regards to the special call meeting is the transfer agreement. At this time, I'll turn the floor over to legal counsel to discuss the transfer agreement.
The transfer agreement is between the authority and Russell County, and it's basically just transfer of all of the authority's assets and obligations, including debts, to the county as part of the dissolution process.
Any questions in regards to the transfer agreement?
This transfer agreement, I hadn't had time to read it, just laying there today, but on page 4-6, explain to me what 4-9 means, litigation and compliance matter.
That's a certification that the authority is not involved in any legal action right now.
Does that mean the board members that take charges?
Well, it means
Well, not
the
charged,
authority,
but they
the
have-
authority is a party in itself. The individual board members are not, unless they're acting in the capacity of board of directors.
I guess I don't understand it, Stephen. Does that mean that the present board members that's, if we dissolve or whatever, no longer board members, are they're subject to litigation?
Well, it means that there's nothing going on right now. We're certifying that to the county that they're not going to inherit some $1 million wrongful death lawsuit or something. That's what that is.
Well, the board members have not been involved in anything of that nature, and we feel offensive about it. I guess that's where the whole question is, because we feel offended. We're out here to serve the public, and nobody did anything wrong.
That's-
The water leaks are being worked on, and the Castlewood water system is 70-year-old. We're not new like some of the others.
Anybody else have any additional questions in regards to the transfer agreement? At this time, I'll open the floor for a motion in regards to the comments and to the transfer agreement.
I make a motion we don't accept that agreement.
I have a motion on the floor to not accept the transfer agreement. Do I have a second in regard to not accepting the transfer? Hearing no second, that motion dies. At this time, I'll open up the floor for any additional motions.
I said the motion to accept it.
I have a motion on the floor to accept the transfer agreement. Do I have a second? Have a second. At this time, all those in favor of the passing the transfer agreement to transfer the assets of Castlewood Water and Sewage Authority to Russell County, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, please indicate by saying no.
No.
At this time, that'll complete our special call meeting. I'll accept a motion for adjournment. I have a motion on the floor to adjourn the special call meeting. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second to adjourn the special call meeting. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, please indicate by saying no. Thank you.
You're on.
Yes, my name's Gary Dodson. I'm a member of the Castlewood Water Sewage Authority. Today's February the 25th, 2019. We've just had a meeting here at the Castlewood Water Office to sign the papers for Russell County to assume all the debt and all the responsibility for Castlewood Water. I gave comments through the session of about 15 minutes worth why we should not be dissolved and why the county helps the upper end PSA and doesn't help the Castlewood Water Authority the way they do the upper end. And I made those comments of why we need to be dissolved. Our rates did go up. Our public accountant agreed with it. Our county administrator agreed with it. They appraised us. We had some water rates to go out in October that were high, and evidently they got corrected in November. Nobody did anything to the meters that I know of during that time. Several of us members feel like it was an in-house job just to get the public in an uprise to call the county to get us dissolved. The county's been trying to dissolve this board for 3 years, not just since this last little incident. They've had us to meet with the upper end PSA to work out a merger system. The only thing the upper end PSA told us, merge with us, give us a try, see if we can do better. And if you don't merge with them, they'd have to cut people off. Well, if they've got more people than they need, they shouldn't have been hired to start out with. But the county uses their people and pays for their people so that the upper end PSA doesn't have those expenses. Castlewood Water Authority was in debt $6.5 million. The new board members that got appointed to their board in November to give them the vote to dissolve us, they just said because we were in debt, they weren't here but that one meeting. They didn't know anything about our system. And tonight they holler water loss. Yes, we do have water loss. We've been working on those water losses. We have an old system that's 60 years plus, and the upper end was subsidized by the Russell County Board of Supervisors in tune of $1 million a year and paid for a $4 million line that runs from Lebanon to Hansonville. The upper end gets to keep the revenue off of that line. Castlewood Authority asked for $25,000, $30,000 to help them get over a hump during the year, and it's like pulling the teeth from Russell County. And the upper end gets subsidized around $1 million a year, plus Russell County pays for the PSA employees that they use, plus Russell County pays $4 million for a line run from Lebanon to Hansonville, as I mentioned, and the PSA gets to keep the revenue off of that. The whole county is paying for that system. Each system's customers should support their own system. Castlewood should support our system. The upper end PSA should support their system without any subsidizing from the county. And tonight I mentioned that evidently there is a sabotage that went on with the meters. I'm not satisfied with the way that we were dissolved. The county, in my understanding, didn't have the authority to interfere with us. I plan on, along with other board members, pursuing this matter to the State Corporation Commission. They're the ones that actually has to dissolve us, and there has to be a reason to dissolve us. So I try to point out to the public tonight that Castlewood Authority was here to serve our citizens to the best of our ability. The rates went up, but hopefully they don't keep going up, that we can get leaks fixed, and we are working on leaks. And in my opinion, the Castlewood Water Authority should not have been dissolved without a study. We've asked for a study to be done. If that study showed that we was best for dissolve, all members on the board were in agreement with that, and that study was never done. So until that study is done and the present board members' names are cleared that we didn't do anything wrong, just accusations made. Anybody can make an accusation, but nobody did anything wrong. I didn't. I don't know anybody else did. The public needs to know that. The public needs to be aware of what went on here tonight. And if you'll stay tuned and follow the money, you'll find out the real reason why the board was dissolved. It's just because, in our opinion, several board members, it's just for somebody to land a couple of high-paying jobs. So if you want to know really why we were dissolved, stay tuned and follow the money. This is Gary Dotson to the Castlewood Public Servants. And thank you for your support for the Castlewood Water.
Thank you, Gary. Good seeing you again.
Thank you, Mr. Benko.